Hey y'all, I'm gonna make my bed, and I figured that it might be something that some of y'all are curious to see, whether you're in a wheelchair and you're trying to figure out how to do the same, or whether it's just something that you are interested in seeing. The very first thing I do is I take my shoes off. I always wear shoes when I'm home because it keeps my feet from swelling, and it's also a little bit safer just to have my feet firmly planted on my foot plate, and that keeps me from falling out of my wheelchair. But it's kind of impossible to slide across my bed with those rubber shoes on and that foam mattress. There's just a lot of friction there. So the very first thing I do is I actually have to get onto my bed to put the first corner on, because my bed is pretty close to the wall. There's only about a foot in between the wall and the bed, because my room is not big enough for my bed to be at the center and me have enough room to roll my wheelchair around both sides. So I always do the corner that is the hardest to get to first. So if your bedroom is set up like this or your bed is close to the wall, I definitely recommend doing the hardest corner first. So if I had to recommend making a bed, I would definitely say do the corners that are the hardest to get to first. So once I do that toughest corner first, then I'm going to go ahead and get the other corner that's at the head of my bed. And I can't get to either of these corners from my wheelchair, which means if I were to do those corners last, it would be nearly impossible for me to reach and pull good enough to get those corners tucked in. And I also recommend deep pocket bed sheets. My mattress is pretty thick and I have the mattress topper on top. So bed sheets that are deep, they make it a whole lot easier to make my bed by myself. You can also see that I had to go back to that first corner again, and that happens. You might have to go from corner to corner a time or two just to make sure that they're tucked in good, because no one likes for your bed sheets to come untucked in the middle of sleeping. Y'all, you don't realize how hard it is to explain how you're making your bed until you try and do it. I've tried to record this 3 or 4 times, but you can see the corner that I just pulled to me. I didn't tuck it all the way. I just kind of pulled it to the edge to make it easier for me to reach, because I don't want to have to try and transfer back onto my bed again. More transfers means more work and more sweat. So the corner I'm doing now, I'm going to pull as good as I can. I have the deep pockets, which makes it easier, and I'm going to go ahead and get that corner tucked pretty well, and then I can move on to the next corner. So I just go ahead and get a good handful, and I pull and I tuck, and then I'm just going to go around the bed and try and pull out some of those wrinkles and get that fitted sheet tucked in the best that I can. By no means is this hard, but it's a little bit of a workout, so I'm getting a little bit sweaty, just gonna throw my hair up. And then I'm gonna do the flat sheet. I'm probably just gonna let y'all watch because it's pretty self-explanatory, and I'll just hop in if it looks like something needs an explanation. Whenever you're sitting and you're dealing with a lot of fabric, I find it easier to go ahead and get all the fabric that goes at the head of the bed, kind of gather it and throw it like you just saw there, and then all the fabric that goes at the end, throw it towards the end of the bed. And then that way I'm not having to transfer so much and I'm not having to reach across the bed. It's already kind of where it needs to be, and then I can just pull it and straighten it out. So you'll notice that I left that far corner undone, and that's because I'm not going to transfer back on my bed to finish it until I get my blanket or my comforter on, whatever you want to call it. So right now I'm just getting my blanket and I'm going to find the tag and find what corner it goes in and just kind of get it where it goes on the bed so that I can pull the rest of it into place. I always get my comforter a size too big compared to what the mattress is. So if my mattress is a queen, I like to use a king size blanket or comforter, which makes it a little bit more difficult whenever you're dealing with that much fabric from a chair, but it is not impossible. So I went ahead and found the tag for my comforter first and got that in the corner it belongs, and kind of got my comforter so that it's not going to be hanging on the floor and I'm not going to be rolling over it in my wheelchair, because that is a pain in the butt whenever fabric gets caught in one of my tires or my wheels. And then I'm just going to do the rest of the bed. I'm going to get that first corner that I'm at first, that's at the head of the bed. And then once I have all the rest of the bed done like I like it, then I'll transfer on and do that back corner. I'll get the flat sheet done like I like it, and then get the top comforter done as well. So I got that flat sheet flat and pulled tight in the corner. I got the top corner of the comforter pulled like it needed to be, and now it's just time to put on my pillows and my blanket at the end of the bed. I hope y'all enjoyed watching this. If you are a paraplegic or you are in a wheelchair, I truly do hope you learned something. If you have any questions, let me know. Everyone else that is just intrigued and likes to see how I live my life, I hope you enjoyed this as well. And I also hope that you learned something. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.